Hello and welcome to today's presentation on Santosha. So I am Kathleen Lisson. I'm a lymphedema therapist and a yoga teacher. And today we are going to share some breathwork practices, some guided meditation, and look at some published journal articles on the niyama of Santosha, which is part of the Yoga Sutras. So if you're doing the breathwork or the guided meditation and you have anxiety, you have breathing problems, you have cardiovascular or blood pressure issues, or any other medical reason that you think it would not be a good idea to practice breath work, please talk to your physician before you start this or any other breathwork practice. And even if guided meditation and breathwork is usually very positive for you, if during today's practice you feel anxiety, you feel lightheadedness or dizziness, a rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath, any other symptoms that your body doesn't want you to continue with today's breathwork practice, go ahead and set it aside. You can always play this video at a future time. And it's sometimes best to practice this type of breath work or guided meditation on an empty stomach. So you could try practicing in the morning before exercise or breakfast if breathing or mindfulness practice on a full tummy feels uncomfortable to you. So we'll start today's presentation with a mindful moment. I'll encourage you to get into a position that's respectful yet alert. Your eyes can be open or closed, and we'll take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. And bring to mind the things that you may already know about the practice of Santosha. Have you heard or read or watched information about this niyama before? And what are your thoughts about the concept of satisfaction, of being satisfied with what we have, with the present moment? And what questions might you have about this niyama? So, as we come to the end of this short moment of mindfulness, let's once again take that deeper breath in and that longer breath out. And we'll move into a guided movement plus breathing practice. So I'll invite you to inhale as you look up and exhale as you look down. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, looking down. Inhale and look up. And exhale and look down. Bring your head to the center. Inhale as you look right. Exhale as you look to the center. Inhale as you look left. Exhale as you look to the center. Inhale, look to the right. Exhale to the center. Inhale and look left. Exhale, look to the center. Inhale, look to the right. Exhale to the center. Inhale to the left. And exhale as you look to the center. Now we'll change the movement a little bit. We'll inhale as the ear comes closer to the shoulder. And exhale, lift the head up to neutral. Inhale the ear down to the other shoulder. Exhale up to neutral. Inhale, tilting the head to the right. Exhale, coming up to the top. Inhale and tilt to the left. Exhale up to the top. Inhale, tilting to the side. Exhale as we come to the top. Inhale, tilting to the left. And then exhale, the head comes up to the center. At the next inhale, let's rotate the shoulders up and back, and exhale down and forward. Inhaling up and back, exhaling down and forward, and inhaling and exhaling with a few more shoulder rolls in this direction. And then at the exhale, come to the bottom, and then let's reverse. So inhale, the shoulders go back into the top, exhale, down and forward. Inhaling and exhaling, our shoulder rolls in the other direction. Two more here. And then last one. And then at the top, inhale and lift the shoulders up, up, up. And then exhale and let them slide down. Take a moment now, return the breath to normal, and feel inside of your neck and shoulders any difference from the short, mindful yoga sequence. And now you can open your eyes if they were closed, and we'll move into the stop technique. So we'll begin by stopping whatever we're doing just for this moment, and then paying attention as we take the next breath in. And as we exhale, observe what your current feelings and emotions are. Are there any notable physical sensations in the body? You don't need to change or judge them. You'll just observe them. And then we can proceed. And we'll proceed with the question of today's video. What is Santosha? So we can also use the English word contentment. So what does contentment mean to you? Often we can feel contentment in a moment. I like this picture because it's at the end of a hike, perhaps, and they're experiencing fellowship together, this friendship. They've met their goal, or they're just taking a break right now and enjoying the time together, enjoying the sunrise or sunset, and just enjoying this moment, feeling content with exactly how they are. And often we will try to think that a goal of mindfulness or meditation is a feeling in the moment of contentment. Oftentimes, people will start a meditative practice because they're looking for being able to feel content with how life is exactly as it is in this moment. And the world is full of people who are not content. So if we look at the opposite of contentment, we can see around the world just inflamed passions, riots, people unhappy with their current life and maybe doing destructive things because of that. And another side of it can also be the fear of missing out or FOMO. This is an image of a local amusement park that's near me in San Diego, Belmont Park. And I just remember as a child wanting to be somewhere exciting and do exciting things and ride the roller coaster. And there's so many opportunities out there if you're not going and having fun and you see maybe images of other people's vacations, other people's experience. Is there a sadness or discontentment with the idea that your life isn't how other people's lives are? And there's always this presence in society of if you're trying to achieve something, are things holding you back? And there's this feeling of being held back, of not being able to achieve our goals. And that can be an object of discontent as well. This struggle can bring feelings up of discontent. So let's look at the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Santosha is explained as by complacency, the highest joy is attained. So the idea that Santosha, this feeling of contentment, will bring the highest joy. But this word complacency in America, at least, it has a little bit of a negative connotation. Um, Being complacent is often like hurled at someone as a kind of a gentle insult. It's you're not trying hard enough, you're just complacent. But if we look at Sumartini's article, complacency means not wanting more than what you already have. It's not pessimism, it's not necessarily a negative, but it's more of a result of the realization that all happiness and all suffering are virtual. Um, where we think we should be, where other people think we should be, if we should be trying to impress other people, if wanting more than what you already have is for some out extrinsic goal, who put that goal in your head as wanting to be achieved? And is the suffering that you're feeling because you want life to be otherwise than it is in this moment, is that somehow like self-inflicted? And can we think of complacency not as um, this quote, not living up to your potential or not trying hard enough, and let it be simply exactly as it is, that we have what we have. The moment is exactly as it is today, and wanting the moment to be different causes us suffering. So, Singh and Dave share with us the idea that Santosha, this happiness, this contentment, is realizing our true nature and the ability to experience unwavering happiness in all circumstances. So, this is also a deep thing to think about. Are we only going to be happy if certain conditions are met? And do we maybe know people in our lives that no matter what you do for them, they're still not happy? And maybe that is a great lesson for us that we can bring to ourselves, that if we knew our true nature, that it would be easier for us to be able to experience happiness no matter what the circumstance is. If we win or if we lose, if our team wins or if our team loses, can we still be happy? Can we be happy that we went to the game and had that experience? Sumartini talks about a wise king and the idea that looking at wealth as not something to be greedy for, but if we have more than we need, that can be used as a deposit to be given to others in need. So this idea that we're not hoarding, it doesn't make us better or worse to have a lot of riches, to have a lot of wealth, but the idea that we can feel stability in our circumstances, if we have fortunate circumstances, if these fortunate circumstances are an opportunity for us to have empathy to help others. So if we have more than we need, that can be seen as a deposit that can be given to others who need more. And we can also look very deeply at the idea of contentment and see that this Santosha, this complacency, is also perhaps an expression of self-denial. It's a voluntary sacrifice. So not wanting to work ourselves um, countless hours so we get more money, so we can have more things. If we're just content with what we have now, if we're complacent with our certain circumstances, our current circumstances, this can be a voluntary sacrifice with the understanding that what we're not putting into getting that overtime and then getting that bigger house is we're sacrificing what destiny is going to take from us at death as well. Because no matter how many toys we have, no matter how big house, how many cars, how much wealth we have, it's all taken from us at our death. These are all temporary things. So to not feel complacent with our current circumstances, to not feel comfortable right where we are, is going to put us in the frame of mind where we're spending a lot of energy to get things that are not going to be eternal. And Adele, in that very wonderful book about the yamas and niyamas, you can see where to find this wonderful book in the last slide of this presentation where I share my resources. Uh, They state when we give the power of our emotional state to someone or something outside ourselves, we've made ourselves helpless. So we are making ourselves helpless when the power of our emotions are based on something we don't really have control of. So this wonderful picture, which I love that I found to show you that they have all this money. And then if you look more carefully at the picture, their hands are in handcuffs because the reaching for this money has handcuffed them because now they're giving the power of their emotional state, whether they're happy or sad, is due to whether they have the money or not. So going back to some more wisdom from the Sumartini paper, to experience success or failure, pain or pleasure with equanimity. Being complacent means who we are. It means to be exactly who we are without seeking happiness from outside things. This concept that what is happening right now is exactly what should happen and exactly what we want to happen. And if something comes, we let it come. And if not, there's no problem. So being complacent means being what you are, neither liking nor hating, just being exactly what you are and accepting the current moment for exactly what it is. And this is by no means easy. The yamas or and niyamas are not easy, but we can think deeply about them and see the wisdom in them. Because if we are exactly who we are, if something comes, it's fine. If it's not, then it's fine. We are seeking happiness from inside things, not from outside things. And whether we succeed or don't succeed, we accept all of it with equanimity. The exact same situation can happen to two people, but the person who has this type of philosophy about it is going to have less suffering. And the Perales paper quotes from this wonderful paper: equanimity or contentment in all the intricacies of life is Santosha. And we are the authors of our own lives. We are responsible for our choices, and recognizing and accepting where one is in life, and autonomy, fostering the right to control one's direction in life. So, not being controlled by those outside forces, by money, by other things that we want to grasp, but having this internal autonomy of controlling one's direction in life, of recognizing and accepting where we are in life. A lot of times I will hear people say, like, no, I can't, I'm not content. I can't stop. I can't accept what's happening to me. I have to do all these things to change it. And we should definitely still go forth and live our lives. But before we can change anything, we have to first accept what is happening currently. So let's look at what the Vasista Samhita says. Santosha is what one should be content with whatever they naturally get. And the sages refer to this state of mind as santosha, contentment, and this is a happy symbol. And I love this image of, let's say these are the grandparents and they're getting the gift from the grandchild and looking at the happiness on their face of just the grandchild, and having this gift between them and see how happy they are. And the gift isn't open yet because maybe the happiness is just that they're with the grandchild and that the grandchild has given them something. And does it really matter if you're a grandparent what is inside that box? It's just the fact that you're with your loved ones and that they gave you something, that they thought of you. And I believe that if this gift is coming to grandma and grandpa from the grandchild, they are going to be content with whatever is in that box. They are happy just for this experience. So let's talk about satisfaction and stress reduction. This is the Rathore paper. Satisfaction and acceptance techniques actually improve psychological well-being and reduce stress. Research supports the notion that embracing gratitude and focusing on what one has rather than what is lacking leads to greater satisfaction and resilience in the face of adversity. So if we're looking for building resilience, if we're looking for embracing gratitude, The research would show us that having this, accepting the moment exactly as it is, accepting our circumstances as they are going to improve our psychological well-being and reduce our stress. Because we're reducing the suffering, we're reducing the suffering of always that fear of missing out, that wanting to be a place where we are not at currently. So let's take a break from looking at research and move into a loving kindness meditation. So I'll invite you to take a position that's relaxed yet alert, and your eyes can be open or closed, and we are going to repeat um, the the affirmations on the screen. So we'll start by taking a deeper breath in and a slower breath out. And I'll invite you to bring to mind somebody who is easy to love. This can be somebody who is alive. It can be someone who's passed away. It can be a beloved pet. Anybody that you have an uncomplicated relationship with. And bringing that being to mind, we're going to say these wishes for them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. And may you have ease of being. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. And may you have ease of being. For the next part of the meditation, we're going to say these wishes for ourselves. It is sometimes difficult to say these things to ourselves. So if doing this will feel really fake to you and inauthentic, I'll invite you to think of somebody that loves you and imagine them whispering these things in your ear. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. And may I have ease of being. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. And may I have ease of being. For the final part of this loving kindness meditation, let's extend these wishes to all beings. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. And may all beings have ease of being. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. and may all beings have ease of being. And as we come to the end of this loving kindness meditation, I'll invite you to take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. So let's transition into thinking about how we can bring this concept of Santosha into our daily life. So how can we practice Santosha in our yoga class? So when we're practicing yoga, how does complacency, how does being satisfied with the moment come into practice? Some of my thoughts include alignment and modifications. So I'm not going to be as flexible, as sturdy, as talented as maybe the yogi on the mat next to me. So knowing how to get satisfaction from my own yoga practice, and then this yoga practice might not feel the same as previous yoga practices. So, can I remain satisfied with the experience I have on the mat today and not compare it and find it lacking or want more or feel suffering because I wish I could be a better yogi? And then how about preferences? What if I am looking forward to a class with one favorite yoga teacher, but there's a sub at the last moment? What if I have a favorite spot in the classroom and I walk into class a little late and someone else has taken my favorite spot? How can I accept what's going to happen in today's yoga class, even if my preferences aren't being met? Can I still have Santosha? And a big one is the quality of breath. How can I use the quality of breath that I have to alert me when I am trying to do something that is potentially too difficult for me to accomplish in this class? Knowing that the yoga that works best for me is the yoga where my breath is able to flow freely as I am comfortable in each and every yoga asana. So there's an excellent paper that actually addresses just this, which I was excited to find. So in yoga, Santosha can be practiced by accepting, performing an asana to the best of our ability in that moment, rather than pursuing, quote, the perfect posture or, quote, the most advanced posture possible, end quote. So knowing that the asana that's our body is able to get into this day and this practice, Santosha is accepting that and allowing it to be and not feeling frustrated or feeling that suffering because we wanted to be a different way. So, this does not mean that we should avoid trying to stretch ourselves and improve our yoga practice, but that we should focus on accepting what we can do and work at our own levels in ways that are safe and effective for our bodies. And I love this because this is so much of the common wisdom that is in every type of exercise. If you try to do come and be the armchair weekend warrior and come to the class and try to do the yoga of perfect postures, most advanced postures in your first couple of classes, you will wake up the next day so sore and discouraged that you may say, yoga's not right for me. I'm not stretchy enough. I'm not limber enough. This is not the practice for me. Instead of that, let's improve our yoga practice by accepting where we are in the beginning and then accepting what we can do, work at our own levels, and let our body naturally get stronger. And try and fail every time at yoga class and maybe fall a few times before we get that new posture, but understand that we're not beating ourselves up when we're falling over during our yoga class because we wanted to try something and maybe fail, maybe succeed, but be okay, have Santosha with whether we didn't get that posture today or whether we got it. So, what about Santosha in massage therapy as massage therapists? Um, how can we bring these ideas that we've kind of played with in today's presentation into massage therapy? I know, especially at the beginning of my career, I wanted to have more skills and training than I did. I wanted to be the best one, be the one that everyone wanted to rebook with, and to understand that we have to accept where we are at the beginning of our career and accept if we're learning in a new class that we're not going to pick everything up really fast. And the learning of massage therapy is not going to be incredibly easy, but that shouldn't frustrate us so much that we just quit and say, no, this is not for me. And then even midway through our career, we need to understand that our body can only do so many massages in a day, and we need to take care of our body and not try to do too much. Too much of a workload is going to potentially cause injury. And we need to understand that maybe we need to meet our clients where they are and not try to push a client further to try to achieve their goals for them, because the client is in charge of achieving their own goals, and we can offer advice and we can be there for the massage. But if someone doesn't do their own work, that we cannot get them their results for them. And it's this equanimity, it's this contentment with, we did our best, we did our job, and not focusing on feeling so frustrated because our client didn't kind of hold up their end of the bargain that they struck with us. So let's move into a short breathwork practice. So we'll do 5-5 breathing. I'll invite you to come into a relaxed yet alert position. Your eyes can be open or closed. We'll inhale for a count of 5 and exhale for a count of 5. We'll do it for just a minute, and then we'll go into a longer guided meditation. I'll keep the time for us, and we'll start with an exhale. And then inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last inhale and last exhale. And now I'll encourage you to breathe at a comfortable rate. Your eyes can be open or they can stay closed. And we'll start by taking several slow, deep breaths. And if there's any tension from learning about this, Imagine it melting away with each of your exhales. And I'll invite you to visualize a warm golden light flowing from your head to your toes, soothing and relaxing every muscle. I'll invite you to begin to reflect on the things in life for which you feel grateful. It could be your loved ones, your health, your breath, if anyone has shown you kindness recently, even for nature. And as each memory or image appears, you can repeat silently or say out loud, "Thank you." And as you do this practice, notice the feeling of gratitude growing and spreading in your heart and body. I'll invite you to picture someone who brings joy or support to your life. And send heartfelt gratitude to them, focusing on what you appreciate about their presence. Let your gratitude expand to all experiences, both pleasant and challenging, for the ways they've helped you grow and build resilience. And I'll invite you to allow that gratitude to include yourself. And focus on your own growth, your efforts, and your ability to show kindness. And if it feels right to you, repeat, "Thank you for the many blessings I have received." May I continue to notice and give thanks for them. I'll invite you to start to move your fingers and your toes. Open your eyes if they're closed. And you can continue to carry the feeling of gratitude with you into your day. So now we'll take a few minutes for an awareness of sound meditation. We're going to be focusing on sounds in our environment. So we'll begin by noticing the sounds in the room. We're becoming aware of sounds that are close to us. And now I'll invite you to open your awareness to sounds from outside of your space. We're becoming aware of sounds that are farther away. And now we can open to all sound, sounds that are inside of our body, sounds that are in the room, and sounds that are farther away. We're becoming aware of all sound. And when this practice is finished, you can open your eyes and note any changes in sight, in sound, and in your emotions. Just taking a few moments now to check in. How do you feel after today's practice? We learned about Santosha. We did guided meditation, loving kindness meditation, and a short breathwork practice. So if you'd like to earn a free continuing education credit and learn more about mindfulness, you're invited to sign up for this free online class at the website on your screen. And I'd like to thank you for watching the Yoga for Massage Therapists series. There's way more breathwork break and yoga break videos at this website. And you can find me on Instagram at Stress Reduction for Lymphedema. And if you'd like to take a deep dive into breath work and lymphatic wellness, I have a free 10-session class at this YouTube address. And here are the resources for today's presentation, including that book that I referenced by Adele, The Yamas and Niyamas, Exploring Yoga's Ethical Practice. It's a fantastic and easy read, and it's a really great way to start studying the yamas and niyamas. And thank you so much, and have a great day.